Hi guys, welcome back to VST Valentry's Tech. Yes, what you can see here on the screen is indeed a Google Pixel phone. Right now this is the Pixel 3a, but what is more important guys is that I am running right now the Android 12 first developer preview. So I'm just gonna go guys here to About Phone, where you can see that I have indeed the Android version S. Alright. Snow Con, whatever, we don't really know the name, but hey, this is really the latest Android. So if you want to try this out guys, Google released full factory images and also side-loadable OTA files, which I pretty much did. And then again, it's not really recommended, so if you want to have a stable phone, please don't do this. Just watch people like us and we do this guys for you. So this is gonna be my first video on the first ever Android 12 release, first developer preview. So we have here right now the system installed. I'm gonna show you guys the main menus. Now one thing that we can already see is here how the notification looks like. There is this blur when you do like this. You can see that the content on the background is blurred, right? This is really something new, and we have this also in One UI or also in iOS built-in, etc. But it's something new for Android 12. So blur behind the notification, the first thing we can really observe here. Again, please have in mind this here is the developer preview number 1. It's really intended for developers that can test out their programs and APIs and etc. We're gonna get another developer preview 2, 3, and then probably later this year in May we're gonna get our hands on the first beta. So right now this is even like a close, you cannot really download it like this over the air. You just need to download it from the internet and then install it on your phone. My recommendation is don't do this guys, can watch the video. We're gonna try to give you all the answers here on the VST channel. Now before we go further guys into the menus, I can share with you some of the major information. So apparently there are a lot of things coming with Android 12. Some of this is screenshots, long screenshots right now are here, but they're broken and disabled, and apparently you can implement it via IDP. It's going to be also a nice revamped UI presenting something like a one-handed mode, which again is first time for Android, but there are many more things to come. We're going to get also notification UI tweaks, and apparently Google is working to make the notification a bit more modern, easier to use and more functional. So they are putting here also new animations, new transitions. They also claim that the notification is going to get a bit faster. Google is adjusting the way developers can call activities via this notification. The idea is really to make this a bit quicker for the end user. Speaking about end user, they also claim to have better support for rich content, which is really something new. I can just show you something guys. When I open the Spotify here and I do like this, you're gonna get something here, select. When you click on the select, apparently you can browse and copy and paste all of the information here. So let's say if I click here, this, I can apparently translate this, copy, share or search. So when I press the search button, I apparently will open directly my browser and be able to search. You can do this on every screen we have. So even here, if I do like this, I can then press again select and I'll be able to browse this information. So Google are working on better support for rich content, which pretty much means a new API that will allow us, the end user, to just take information from different apps, put it into a clipboard, make your own things with this, drag and drop it. It's going to be really something very interesting, and I'm just showing you guys something as a snippet from that one. All right, but there are many more things to come guys. For example, there are going to be new media formats. Google are claiming that they're going to give also HEVC transcoding. Android 12 will apparently allow application to work with this new format even if they don't directly support them, which means that it will convert between HEVC to AVC on the fly. And this is of course for Google to be implemented, which pretty much means for us, the end users, that we should have less issues when we play back content we record on our phones on some other devices. With that said, also some improvements are coming into the image. They say that they're going to bring now the AVIF image support. So Android 12 will add support for new container format, which can then hit higher quality and of course come here at lower sizes. So apparently every time you're gonna shoot a picture inside the settings guys, we should have an option to use these new formats. Now for example, like this one here for the videos, we can choose H.265 HEVC. Then in the future transcoding will be supported, and also AVIF format for the images. But enough talk guys, this is just the main information. These things are still yet to be seen. Let me just give you a guided tour into what we can see inside the first developer preview of Android 12. I'm going to expand now notifications. Alright, so here we have the quick toggles and the animations. If I do like this, we can pretty much see we have the standard one. From here we can access apparently the settings. Now please note that I have enabled here this silky UI, which pretty much presents a one-handed mode operation similar to One UI. Why similar to One UI? Let me go inside the storage guys, and I think you're gonna see it. So right now I'm using this new silky UI. I will change this later and just show like the standard, the regular one from the Android 12. This one is a bit more oriented for one-hand operation, And why do I say that it looks like the One UI 3.0? Because I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty much clear, and I can show this actually also on my S21 phone. So you see where I'm coming from. We have this very big title here in the middle, almost centered, and this is why people are saying that this really looks like the one into the One UI 3.0. But okay, let's just go back in the menu. We have here also a new search setting. So if I go here, for example, if I input graphics, we should be able to access things that are already enabled, like for example, the developer option. So if I click here from the search, it's gonna get me directly to what I need. Right now I have clicked on the graphics, so here graphics driver preference. When I click on the graphics preference, we can just see again this new silky UI, that you have this very big title here centered and in the top of the phone. But let's go back and let's just explore what we have. I'm gonna go even back to the home screen. Now something that's very familiar, guys. With this button here, you can just navigate through all the windows. This pretty much works flawlessly on this Pixel 3a, which is already like an old phone, 2019, but still I think very flawless. So this is here the notifications. These here are the quick toggles. Here from the settings menu, I will show you some of the things. So we have network and internet. This is how it looks like. We go back, then we have connected devices. We have then applications, right? You can see recently opened application, all the application. We have here the default application. Okay, let's go back. We have the notifications. Now again, Google is really revamping the notifications again. We have here the notification history. I always say, guys, it's very important in case you want to do some checks. Enable that one. You'll not suffer from this one. You see the conversations here, right? All my conversations with the people that I used to chat on Telegram. You can also enable or disable the bubbles here. It's really handy. Recently sent notifications, the notification from the last 7 days, notification on the lock screen, and you have also here advanced high silent notification, the status bar, allow notification snoozing. Allow notification snoozing is important because by default, if you do like this, you can see that right now, you know, there is no option to snooze that one, right? I can just kill it like this. So there is no option to snooze it, but you can apparently go here and enable snoozing. And next time, guys, you get a notification, you should be able to snooze it from here. You see, now I'm going to press the snooze right now. I can undo it, but by default, this is apparently not in place. And it said that Google is really experimenting also with the way people will swipe and navigate through these notifications. Okay, let's go back. We have then the digital well-being, which is just the standard stuff. We have the battery. Okay, battery, after normally the battery saver, adaptive battery percentage, something that I always put on. All right, then we go back here. We have the storage, again, now with the nice silky outlook here. Then we go back. Sound and vibration, you can tweak your media volume, the call volume, and etc. Those are the common settings you can use to tweak up vibration and etc. Right? Let's go now to the display. In the display, we have the brightness level, we have adaptive brightness, we have the lock screen, the timeout, and guys, we have the dark theme. I want to show you the dark theme, and I think that's important, and I think you're going to understand why. Why? When I click on the dark theme, it will really get dark. Now, people really hated it because in most of the Android 11 implementations, the new dark themes were kind of gray, right? So you go and you choose like a dark theme, but then everything was pretty much gray and people were not really happy. For example, on the OnePlus Oxygen OS 10, it was really black, and then on the Oxygen OS 11, it was gray. Same on the One UI and etc. But here it is proper black. So if you want to enjoy a proper dark theme in Android 12 brand, you can do so. We are back into display. You have the night light, you have the colors. In the colors, you have natural, boosted, and adaptive. Again, the standard things coming with the Pixel here. Okay, let's try to go back. I'm gonna leave it right now on the dark theme. You have here something called styles and wallpapers, and apparently there's gonna be some new things coming with Android 12. Right now, I think just by default, there are things that I can choose like the Mandalorian, also landscape, textures. There are some quite nice notification, and you can also go and change the style. Like right now, I have these icons. I can choose the sand icons. I can go for carbon. So you see different colors, different icons. So let me just show you guys. If I select this one and I go on my home screen, I should be able to see a different set of icons, right? This one, I think, is very ugly. So I'm immediately going to revert this back. Then we have here the accessibility. All the standard things related to accessibility. We have privacy, and apparently Google are also trying to up their game into the privacy. So we have this permission manager, which is now very famous from Android 11, where you can see all your permissions and all the applications that are using them. Right, then we have the location. Location is pretty much standard, and then we have security. Right, security is all the standard stuff. Something new, this safety and emergency. I think this is new for Android 12, or at least part of it. Then we have the accounts, and then we have Google. then we have system, we have about phone, and we have tip and support. So this is pretty much like the settings menu from Android 12. Let me show some of the other changes that I was able to find. So for example, if you go inside and you play a song, I'm just going to try to play a song, you can see here that the media player is a bit changed. Another new thing in Android 12 is actually allowing certain applications to have access here from the quick settings to be on this menu here, or not to be. You can see here we have something called media player in quick settings. When I hit this one here, it can enable or disable certain applications that will be either shown on the screen here or not shown. And this is really giving the user a bit more control, and this is new. This was not included into Android 11. And this here is new because in Android 11 you didn't really have the option to control this. Now in Android 12 Developer Preview 1, apparently you can control this. So you can, for example, remove Mist Cloud, and right now if I go here, guys, I'm gonna see only Spotify. Now we spoken brief about the emergency settings that I told you a bit new. Here down below we have something called saved an emergency, but what happens if you press 5 times the power button, you should be able to send an emergency setting. So you see, I pressed right now 5 times the power button. So when you press quickly 5 times the power button, you're gonna get access to this new emergency SOS feature. Again, this is now only in Android 12. Pressing 5 times the power button will actually launch a countdown to either call 911 or 112, or will call another number, or even send some SMSs. Now let's speak about screenshots, guys, and you know why I'm bringing this up, because people really were waiting for Google to implement the scrolling screenshots for years, and it was not enabled into the default Android from Google, so people had to do it with third-party software. It was not working great. Now I can just show you something, guys. If you do a screenshot like this, I choose here the screenshot. Here, usually, where I see the edit button, here you'll have the scroll button. Right now it's not enabled. There are some ADB commands, I don't know them yet, but when I know it, I will enable it. People are saying that they're not stable, but screenshot editing really became a bit better. I want to show you something, so I'm just taking a screenshot from now, right? Then I can press the edit button, and you can apparently right now go here and even add markups to your screenshots. I don't think this was available before, so again, that's kind of like a novelty from Android 12. And another important thing related to screenshots, so let's say you take a screenshot and you can just do it like this and dismiss it. Previously you had to type like a X button, and this was not convenient, so let me just do it again. I done screenshot and you can dismiss it. Works on the left side. Let me just do another one. Doesn't work on that side, no, so only here from the left side. Let me also show you guys something interesting. I'm inside right now in developer options, and do you notice something? Like, I can remove them and I can put them back, but you see Android 12 changed the way the toggles work. Alright, this one was the standard toggle, okay, and I think this, we used to have it before, but this one, right, definitely not the standard one. I think this is really a nice change. Looks a bit better, because people were always saying that Android is really like washed out. Now finally Google are gonna get some theming into this Android, hopefully, and then also of course the one-handed mode, and they are kind of changing the design, so it will not be so washed out anymore. And last but not least, guys, I promised to show you the standard Android 12 Outlook, so let me do that one. And I'm now back. You are probably thinking that there is no change, right? But look what happens when I go inside the battery, right? See, it does really look like Android 11. Same when I go to storage, right? We don't really have this fancy titled set storage here, right? So this is kind of like the big change from the Silky Home UI to the standard one, where you can see the network and internet is here on top, but with small fonts and not centered and not with the big fonts. I pretty much think that those are the main features that we are able to find right now. I see that all the sites out there are like crazy, they're digging inside, so probably in the next days more updates are gonna come and I'm gonna be shooting more videos. But this is here my first review of the Android Developer Preview 1, and of course also my first walkthrough and review, guys. If you have any questions, hit me into the comments, join the VST chat on Telegram, and we can have a chat together and try to find some things together. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video, guys. If that's the case, you know what to do. Please stay safe, and we're gonna be catching up in one of my next videos. With that said, VST over and bye.